What up, though? Ledge here, chill with me, here to talk about King of the Dot Grand Prix that just went down semifinals. You had a matchup, two West Gunners, then you had another matchup with two Midwest Gunners for the final two spots to make it to the finals. All right, we want to talk about that real quick. They did have some non-tournament battles. Started off with Joey Gambello, the brother from Toronto, versus Gage from Chicago. Slick talk, you know what I'm saying? Performance, quality, structure, bars, just that you know that old era feel, smooth shit. Joey Gambello, Toronto, high impact, heavy punching. He talking that boss, that sauce talk as well. It went down to the judges. They voted unanimously. I know it was a split decision for Joey Gambello in a close battle that I actually gave to Gage second and third. I'm pretty sure if they gave it to Joey Gambello, they gave it to him first and second. I feel like his third was a little choppy, but be that as it may, a fire battle though. Replay value. I would watch that over 90% of the volume battles that happened over the weekend, but I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, you have Reverse Live versus Dub the Phenom. Dub the Phenom from Philly. You got Hollister with Reverse Live. They ended up going with Reverse Live. Again, it was another good close battle to where I went away from the judges and I went with Dub the Phenom. I went with Dub the Phenom, man. I went with Dub the Phenom rounds third for sure because he said a line that resonated with me so hard. I edged him in the first and I gave him the third. He said a line about kids are so used to gun sounds that when guns go off they just stay still playing the game. That uh, it don't sound amazing. It's not a punch, but if you've lived through that, especially early '90s in Detroit, I know all like you become. Never mind. I'm about to get into a whole different breakdown. Let's say it like that. That shit just really stuck to me for some reason. But anyway, so dope two battles. Then you get to the actual tournament battles where we get Detroit's Marv One versus Detroit's Times, and it came out the blocks with it. Times came out different, a little different. Wasn't rapid fire out the gate. It was a slow build up. It was refreshing to see. Um, I don't know if he did that on his own, and he thought I don't know if he was self-reflective, like yo, I gotta switch things up. I'm too 100 miles per hour, or he took advice because people may have been saying, yo, you're kind of rapping one speed. It's kind of a mash button, and you're off to the races. I don't know which one happened. I would love to get an interview, talk to him about that again. But he switched it up, and I liked it. People didn't like his first as much. I thought it was dope because it showed the ability to make adjustments. But I did give Marv that first round. Second round, Times went off to me, and basically breaking down Marv's legacy or what he feels is a lack thereof. Now, this is all just paint narratives. They fuck with each other heavy. But to paint the narrative that you ain't really been like that for the city, your accolades ain't really meant shit here. We've been the foundation building, like all of that. Like it was a lot of material that Time said that was heavy. That was heavy. Marv was fighting though. Marv was fighting, but then he had a really big slip up in the second, and that cost him the round. You know me, I don't give you rounds when you slipping up like that. I don't give a fuck how cold it was. Even though he probably had the coldest bar of that round, which was we're running through the snow like running with the snow like Siberian Huskies or some shit like that. Like that shit. The way he said it way better, set it up much cleaner than I just did. But the line was fire. It was a haymaker in a room not filled with thousands of people. It shook shit. So, be that as it may, it was 1-1 going into the third. I thought Times had a very strong third. I'm not gonna hold you. A very strong third. Wasn't lacking anything really. He just didn't have that one. I'm about to get him out of here. He didn't have that Siberian Husky shit that Marv had in the second, even though Marv slipped and lost a round. If you had one of those, it might have been a KO. But he gave Marv room to squeak out that third round. And I personally think he just barely got it. Like we talking fractions, maybe maybe 2 or 3 lines more than what Times did to take that round. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad if you got Times winning. Salute to both. Hey, look, they both from the city. They both from the state. They put on. I couldn't be happier. I think if you're not booking Times after this whole run on the tournament, you're just not a good evaluator and scout. Like that's really it. Like that's really it. So we should be seeing Times more, and not just on King of the Dot. Anywhere, I think he'll cook shit. Because I think people are sleep. He can be funny and witty when he wants to. I think people don't know that. They haven't seen that side of him. But he can get into different bags. He just talks about what he's experienced a lot. So you're going to hear more of that. So, again, salute the Times. Marv moves on, and Marv was awaiting the winner of Saint versus Disaster. More highly anticipated due to the actions that happened the night before in the face-off with alleged mushing from Diz on Saint and all this. I don't know. I don't get into all that. I seen the footage. Didn't really do much for me. And I don't even know why people were, like, even in camp trying to, like, no, it wasn't a slap he missed. Even if it was, like, it really doesn't matter, really, to me. You know why? Because the outcome of what that was is not and should not reflect on what the battle is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So even if he did do that, so what? What you gonna do? Fight at the battle? So like it really never met. Like I was disappointed in people coming to the like trying to switch what really happened, or people who was glorifying it all over the internet by showing like either a swing or attempted swing, whether it connected or not. Like I think both parties, everybody was just wilding out, man. It's just drama, drama. But anyway, on to the battle. The battle started out with Diz, I believe. Yeah, Diz went first. Diz went first and stumbled out the gates pretty much, a little choppy. Really didn't like his round. Saint was cooking. I feel like that was Saint's best round because he was punching and it was clean. It was clean. He was good all 3 rounds, but there were some spots in the second and third where he was just a little bit choppy. I'm not going to drag this out round for round. He won every round to me, honestly. It wasn't really close. Disaster. He tried. Like the first round would have been a closer round because he did have that whole angle about SO Finesse and the Rum Nitty situation. Supposedly, Rum Nitty was going to give Saint a shot. Saint told Finesse, nah, I'm not doing that battle. I'm going to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Left her scrambling, I guess. So, that was a really good angle. He didn't stay on it long enough, and then it kind of died. And then the second round, he tried to bring it back. He tried to bring that. I'm like, man, you had your shot at capitalizing on that angle in the first round to try to bring it back in round 2. And I know he was trying to tie it into something different, but it just didn't hit. Saint won, and like I said, Saint was good. He wasn't like, I thought his best performance was probably So Severe in this tournament so far. That still might be his best performance to me. He was talking, but yeah, he won clearly, and everybody was panicking like, what are the judges going to do? What are the judges going? But they had Shoddy there, ARP. They had Fresco, and who else they had? They had some dude, I guess he's a vlogger. Never heard of him, and that's not an offense. He probably never heard of me. Like he's probably on he got a call up. He's probably on a higher level than me. I've never heard of him, but he was there, and there was somebody else, nameless, I believe. But yeah, it was a lot of people there with their judging hats on. I believe Fresco is the only one who gave the battle to Diz, and I know people are killing him, but I don't think he was even saying material was better. I think he was saying, well, no, I take that back. He is bugging because if your whole thing was, Fresco's whole opinion was, I don't know what's really going on with their personal issue. I ain't been around, been out the loop. Well, Diz is the one that kind of brought that up. So shouldn't you take points off of him? Like, how did Saint suffer from that when Diz was the one that was bringing up stuff you weren't even aware of or knew about? Like, how you giving points for that? So yeah, I changed my mind just that quick. So I don't really see how you give Diz this battle. So now we got Saint versus Marv One in the finals, man, and that's interesting. I don't think nobody called that like at the same time. I knew Marv would be a problem in this tournament. I knew Saint would be a wild card in this tournament, but the wild card has made it to the finals. He could potentially win it. I can see scenarios how he could win, and I can see scenarios how Marv could win, obviously. But I think both of them have to be cleaner than they've been in this tournament. Again, a couple little stumbles here and there from Saint, an egregious one in the second by Marv. We need to see a clean battle so we can really get the bet. Like, I don't want this battle to go on and then end with y'all being like, damn, I fucked that round up, or like just leave everything out there on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we get that. We'll see. That's my time. Salute to King of the Dot. This is a solid card today. From the non-tournament to the tournament rounds. Like I said, this was pretty refreshing. All right, so that's all of my time on the recap. See y'all soon, and as always, keep it battle rap. Love.